Well, what is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of Gamer Disclaimer with Mag and Wade. Of course, I am Mag, and to my side here is none other than Wade. Wade, how are you doing today, pal?
Meg, I'm great. I just realized, and I might be slightly colorblind, who knows, that we record on Wednesdays. I'm wearing pink. Is your shirt a light enough red to be considered pink?
Maybe.
Because on Wednesdays, we wear pink, Meg. I don't know if you know that or not.
I'd say this is pink. It
Okay,
looks
very
brighter than
good.
it is, but it's pink.
Yeah, we wear pink, and people that don't wear pink on Wednesdays can't sit with us. So
There you go. Wear pink on
that's
Wednesdays.
that's a deep cut that I'm worried that you aren't picking up on the reference that I'm throwing down, my guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Mean Girls.
Never seen it.
Oh my gosh, Mag.
I know. Can you believe it?
Mean Girls. You're missing out. You are missing
I'm just a
out.
nice guy. I'm not a mean girl. There you
I
go.
mean, that's all that you have to do in that movie is scream at the screen the whole time and just say, Lindsay Lohan, be a nice girl. Don't be a mean girl.
Yeah, be
Don't be mean
nice.
girl. Yeah. But
Well,
I'm doing good, Mag, on this Wednesday. Wearing pink, living large. What have you been up to this fine week, either gaming related or non-gaming related?
I DJ'd this last weekend, and so I got some spending money. So I bought some Pokemon cards I've been waiting to buy. I got a base set 2 Venusaur. So I'm 5 away from finishing base set 2. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And yeah, nothing too crazy. It's been a busy week. Just stuff going on every night at the house. But played the pool today with Harrison. Just doing dad stuff. And then, of course, part of the conversation topic for tonight, but we have our NBA Hang Time tournament this weekend that I'm looking forward to. Should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'm honestly a little tired today. Went to bed late last night because I was playing some games, transitioning into games we've been playing. Playing a lot of Rocket League, back on the Rocket League grind, and it's been a lot of fun. Still playing some Fortnite as well, and a little bit of League, but those 3 games have occupied my game playing at the moment, and so yeah, I stayed up late last night playing some Rocket League, and then Harrison was up early this morning. So yes, it's been busy. But what about you? What have you been playing, Wade?
Oh my, I just realized that I actually am well acquainted with the things that have happened since we last spoke. So I have a lot of things that I could say, but I'm going to try and not necessarily keep it short, but keep it concise and keep it moving. So,
Okay.
I played in a Texas Hold'em tournament for the first time since like Easter, I think. I don't know what I've been. I think I didn't want to play on Easter weekend because that would have made me feel like a tremendous heathen to be playing on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
So I decided to skip, and then apparently I just skipped like 2 months after that. But played. I got knocked out on like the first hand after the first break, and if I had got knocked out before the break, then I could have rebought back in. So I don't know if it was a blessing or a curse or just a sign to be done playing poker for the day. As is my tradition when I do play poker, is I immediately hopped on the Facebook Marketplace and the offer up to see if there was any deals that I could go and scout out.
Yep.
I found some guy selling Xbox 360 games for $2 a piece. So I went and waited in a car wash parking lot for him to roll up and knock on my window to get some of those games.
Cool.
The day after that, I rolled back into town to buy an Xbox 360e console and a handful of games that I was interested in. And then the day after that, I went to a different part of the greater Phoenix area and bought 4 amiibos off of a guy. You remember did you play Tears of the Kingdom?
Uh,
A little
I
bit? Enough?
I played Tutorial Island.
Okay, gotcha. So there are champions in that game for each of the people. So there's like Tullen, a little bird guy, and Bonobo, I think his name is. He's a Goron. He sucks. And then there's another one. So I got those 4 amiibos, which retail still new for $30 a piece. I got all 4 of them for $40. I do
Nice.
not know what this guy was smoking or what his deal was. They might have been hot for all I know, but I picked him up. I got him.
Nice.
And then while I was there, I saw that GameStop was running some kind of a promotion for like 20% extra trade-in. So after we're done here, I might scour through some of the duplicates or games that I don't want to have anymore to do some trading in to possibly pick up a little Donkey Kong action, Danky Kang,
Yep. High reviews. It's
Bonanza.
looking good. I did go to the dentist since we
Oh
recorded,
yeah,
and I have two cavities. They had to use the super jet water pick on my teeth to get rid of the buildup. But they said that they have seen a lot worse and that they were very surprised that my teeth were not worse. So I do have a filling into this month. I have it in the same spot on each side of my mouth on the top between my back two molars. So not excited about
here.
that at all. I hate it and it was not fun. But I am now signed up to go twice a year to get my teeth cleaned. So we'll see.
I'm excited that you weren't the worst.
I was not the
I have
worst.
been only playing, to the best of my knowledge, two games. I've been playing Anthem,
Yep.
which again I'm only playing because they're shutting down the servers in 2026. There were still certain elements of it that really annoy me. So like you played enough Destiny to know that if you were a solo player, it would like queue you in to try and matchmake you with people before it actually let you do it. And then if matchmaking took too long and it wouldn't actually load, then it would let you go in on your own. Well, with the player population of Anthem being the way that it is right now, I'm messing around on my phone for like 2 minutes every time that I am queuing up for a mission. It's great
Hmm.
with a capital G and a lie in the middle and then a rates because I don't like it. It's dumb. I hate it.
Yeah.
So much so that I actually, because I'll play with people. It's more fun when there's other people playing with you, 100%. So, like, I get it that I would want to matchmake into it. But, like, when I was loading up the final mission of the game, something was just, like, completely wrong with the matchmaking and it would not load. That was, like, a 5 minute wait that I sat there. So then I just kicked it into the offline mode and I said, no, we're just gonna knock this thing out. Now we're going back to the other ones. And many of the missions that I do are literally just selecting, hey, just do matchmaking or what is it? Queue for a random mission and help out somebody else. So I'm paying it forward. I'm doing what I can.
There you go.
The other game that I've been playing way too much, I'm going to wait because we actually are going to do a little active demonstration during the achievement of the week at the end of the show.
Yep.
So, with all of that being said, is it time to kick us into our topic proper, Mag?
Yeah, I think so. So I'll preface it for tonight. Um, so like I said, I'm having an NBA Hang Time tournament this week at my house. I've hosted a few LAN nights over the last year, and so I think Wade and I come from the generation. You know, your first consoles were like Ataris, NESs, that era. Not that you owned those, but like that time frame. Of course, mine was NES, Genesis, Super Nintendo, and so we're gonna have just a fun conversation about couch co-op versus online gaming, pros and cons, and fun stories of both. Is just kind of how he laid it out. So, um, I really enjoy still getting on the couch and playing games with people in the same room. And I also really enjoy the benefits of online gaming, especially with having lots of friends that live in different places, and just the nature of gaming now. But I thought it'd be fun to share some stories about, you know, mostly couch co-op probably, but of course online gaming too, pros, cons, and just everything in between. So, Wade, why don't you start off the discussion? You can take it anywhere you want to go.
Start with a story that I think that I've probably mentioned before on the show, but if you don't remember it, then nobody else will. There is myself and I have one younger brother, and then we have three cousins who are all boys who are now grown men as well. So at the time, that was a five head count, and we would get together and play Super Smash Brothers for the N64, which only had 4 controller ports. So every one of the matches, whoever lost all of their stocks first was out and had to give up their controller to whoever wasn't playing at that point in time. And we would just play for days and days and days. Well, hours, I suppose,
Hmm.
but just was a formative, I suppose, couch co-op memory. I'll mention one other older one and then let you take it back over. Couch co-op for Contra on the original NES is kind of a double-edged sword because we could have classic moments of Contra where in some of the levels it's a vertical climb, and if you are climbing up this cliff face faster than your partner is, they'll just die. They just it's like put up or shut up, keep up kind of situation.
Hmm.
Keep it moving. So the best couch co-op moments in Contra are almost when you're moving in perfect unison, timing your jumps all the way up the hill.
Yeah. Yeah. I there's a few games like that where it's like, yeah, I remember I'd say couch co-op for me kind of started. My friend had an NES and I had my Genesis. We would play Ninja Turtles and take turns, or we'd like try to like
Yeah,
Ninja Turtles arcade.
of that generation, despite the fact that there were 2 controller ports, there was not a lot of games that had simultaneous playing going on at the same time. I mean,
Yep.
they exist, obviously, but I just don't think that there were that many of them.
Yeah, but I do remember we played the Ninja Turtles arcade game on NES. Were really fun. Um, N64, I don't have a ton of memories with that. I would say
Played
like
Mario
my
Tennis Bag, don't
well,
lie.
but well, no, like my dad and I would play Mario Golf, but no, a lot of stuff happened though when I was like in high school and in college. But we were playing like throwbacks. Like we had a Mario Tennis tournament one time at my friend's house, um, and then I remember playing like Streets of Rage and Golden Axe on the Genesis with my friend. Beat 'em ups in general are just good for couch co-op, um, and then of course Halo LAN parties, and just like I said, we had one a few months ago here at the house, and I just really like. I think I love community. It's something like I think I really value, and so I think getting together and playing games on the same screen, being able to trash talk the person that's right beside you or high five your teammate, in a game like Hang Time, is just like really cool and a lot more fun than just like being on a headset and like telling them, "Hey, good job." Like, being able to share that experience together is just really cool. But speaking of Super Smash Bros, in college we played a lot of Smash Bros on the Wii. We wore that game out, and we would just sit for hours and play that. Another game that I think of like a couch co-op is like Mario Party 5. We played a lot of Mario Party 4, Mario Party 5 on the GameCube in college, when other systems were out. But those games are just so much more fun to experience together. Um, on the couch co-op per se. Um, I just really enjoy gaming in the same space. Like Haley and Harrison and I play Super Mario Party Jamboree right now. It's couch gaming. We're all having fun together. Um, but to transition into the cons, obviously, like you can't play like a lot of modern games that way, like your Fortnites, your Rocket Leagues. Now, granted, I have played Rocket League in the same room with my friend, but split screen kind of sucks, and that gets a little bit tricky. But I think online is so much more accessible. Like you and I could play games tonight together if we were playing online. We're on opposite ends of the country, and because of online gaming, we can do that. But with couch co-op, like you can't do that. And so like one of my best friends from North Dakota, Bo, loves NBA Hang Time. Like he and I used to wear that game out. Like we had 2 characters, both max stats, and I'm just like, man, I wish he could come to the Hang Time tournament. But because we're playing it on the original hardware of N64s and like 4 controllers on the same TV, like he would have to physically fly out here to be a part of the tournament, which obviously like isn't going to happen. And so, you know, that obviously stinks. But yeah, let me throw it
You
back
have to
over to
shout
you.
out Yeah, I do have to shout out that you didn't mention it before, that your in-person Halo LAN gathering that you had was a hybrid event
Yeah.
because you did allow me to. So there were like 8 people sitting in your basement, and then there was me and somebody else who also were playing alongside in your match-made games
Yeah.
because of the online.
Well, and
So I just thought,
it was cool because his daughter got the flu, and he said, "Hey, like I don't want to come over to your house and possibly spread the flu." Like he's lives in the same town as I do, but he was still
mhm.
able to be a part of our hybrid LAN party because we were on Master Chief Collection and not original hardware. But yeah, and you were there too, right? And just owning us.
To even the teams, it was
Yeah,
important.
which is cool, right? But I wish you could have been here in person. Like as cool as it was, like you playing with us online, like for you to be able to meet everybody and hang out and just be in the room, like for people who don't value community, like couch co-op probably sounds like their worst nightmare. But for somebody who loves being in the same space, doing things together and community, like I just really enjoy couch co-op a lot.
I have some more excellent couch co-op memories that I have, if you would allow me to share them,
Of
Mag.
course, please, sure.
You went right into the cons of it, and I was like, oh, Mag is getting negative over
Are you
here,
going to talk about
drinking
our
drinking that haterade.
melee
Oh,
tournament at the brew?
you can talk about that one. That one wasn't even on my list, to be
Couch
perfectly
co-op.
honest.
That's one of our
I got
few
so many
couch
other
co-op
ones.
moments together, you and I.
So I had some excellent memories of, and this is actually couch co-op on the Xbox One generation, I believe. The wife and I had another couple of friends over, so 4 of us in total, and we had so much fun playing Gang Beasts. I don't know if you played Gang Beasts before,
I
which
own
also
it.
is just as much fun to play online. But when
Yep.
everybody's in the same room and in person, just it gets so crazy. It was so much fun. Um, Before NBA Hang Time, there was NBA Jam,
Yep.
and I recall being backstage during our high school's production of whatever musical or play happened to be going on that year. And in between our scenes, when things needed to be done, we would just play NBA Jam with the volume turned completely down. And then also, you couldn't really pop off when you were crushing everybody because you still needed to be quiet.
Yeah.
The backstage for this was actually just in the boys' locker room. So it was a
Nice.
door that was shut, but still, you had to kind of keep things as quiet as you could to not be too terribly disruptive.
Sure.
And then my wife would be disappointed if I didn't also mention at one point in time we played Destiny 1 or 2. I don't know which one it was. Um, in our apartment in Michigan, where we had 2 televisions and 2 Xboxes in the same room.
Yep.
So we would play together like that. Even currently, on the other side of the wall that you can't see because my camera is behind it, that's where our guest room is. And there was a time where the wife and I were playing through Borderlands together. Um, just, only the 2 of us. We weren't letting anybody else get into those games. But yeah, it is kind of crazy how split screen has fallen off the wayside a little bit,
Yeah.
considering that as televisions got larger, apparently we decided that split screen needed to go away. But even during your hybrid LAN party and online event, yeah, I was crushing you all because I had an entire screen and each of you just had a corner.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think yeah, split screen was always just so like fun, but like it was always like tricky, like I think of like playing Mario Kart or any shooter where it's like you're in this tiny box. What I
Mario
always
Kart somehow makes it work, I feel.
Yeah,
But
they drop the frame rate once you get past 2 to like 30 frames or whatever. It like goes down significantly, but something that I think is interesting that is really cool, which we would always play NHL, like a lot of hockey games, and they're top down. And so it was always like you wanted to be on the team that was going like up instead of down because there's 3 periods in hockey. So you always wanted to be the team that got to go up twice, and you only had to go down once. And same with like Mario Tennis, right? It's like, you want to be on the bottom half of the screen and not the top half of the screen a lot of times, just because like it's a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit easier because it's like closer, if that makes sense. Um,
NHL, it switched between periods, not by possession.
no, like, well, now in the new games, it'll a lot of times. Well, even in the new games, it doesn't always like it doesn't switch if there's two people playing together on the same
Interesting.
screen. So yeah, so one team is going up and one team is going down, like on NHL hits and all that stuff
Is that
as
the
well.
same if you're doing like couch co-op for basketball? Does it not? Does it not switch?
So
Because I know it's
on,
always not down court stuff. It's not like NBA Jam for
I have
basketball.
not played 2K. Like it always goes to like the offense's POV, like behind them.
Sure.
At least how I play. Um, but
We haven't once mentioned NFL Blitz, how the camera swings when you get an interception in that one, or when
woo,
you
yeah,
recover a fumble.
spins it around. Yeah, I feel like it's interesting because like so I DJ'd an event this weekend, like I was saying, and it was really funny. So I'm not that old. I mean, I'm like 34,
Sure, of course.
and you're older than me. But like it was so funny because like we found a shortcut to get from our car to the spot we were DJing at that we didn't know existed. And it was funny because Joel, my DJing partner, like he's 38, and he said, "Dude, it's like we just found the warp whistle from Mario 3." Right? And I was just like, "Dude, that's hilarious." Yeah, like we found like that's a great thing. And I looked over at this kid, and he's like one of the servers there, and he looks like he's about like 19 years old. So I was just like, "Hey, come here, dude." And so I said, "Hey, I'm gonna say something to you, and I want you to tell me if you have any idea what I'm talking about." And he's like, "Okay." And so I said, like, "Yeah," like Joel said, like, "Oh yeah, like we found the warp whistle in Mario 3," and he was just like, "Yeah, I have no clue what that means." And then the bartender, who was like our age, was like, "Man, this guy, he's way too young to understand that." And so he said, I said, "Well, what was your first system?" And he's like, "Well, I'm not much of a gamer, but the first system I've ever played a game on was a PS4." And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy." But I feel like there's probably a whole generation of kids that are like coming up now, and even maybe a generation before them per se, that probably never have experienced couch co-op. Like they've always had like their own Switch, or they've had like a PS3 or a 360, and they're playing online. And so it's just interesting because like I feel like coming up as we did, we have just such a completely different perspective on this. Like we're like, "Oh yeah, we love couch co-op," but to like a very prominent group of people in today's age, they've probably never experienced playing a game on the same screen on a couch. Like when we had like we call him Young Nate, like from our draft. Like he was like, "I've never played Halo LAN before. Like I've never like he's like never played like games together like in the same room with people on a couch, like hardly ever." And so it's just interesting because he's not. I mean, he's like 19 or 20. So it's like I don't know. It's just so interesting, and I'm not hating on him. It just kind of bums me out for that generation that has never experienced it.
Yeah, no, I mean, you make a lot of extremely valid and interesting points, and I would never sell short anybody's experiences and say, "Oh, we had it so good. We just had it different." Like this was the best that we had at the time that we had it, and that's
Yeah.
why we remember it so fondly, even though, statistically or emotionally, some might say that things are better now. They're just different, is all that it is. Things are
Yeah.
just different. I don't know if this was on your show notes or topics to discuss, but I wanted to ask you, what modern games do you think elicit the couch co-op experience for this newer generation? And if you can think of one, we could just go back and forth and rattle off some games.
Yeah. So I think the first one that comes to mind,
Just
is
name any beat 'em up, Meg.
well, yeah. I mean, like Shredder's Revenge and stuff like that. But I was gonna say like Split Fiction and It Takes Two, which you can play those
Yep.
online, but playing it side by side with somebody is cool.
Well, and even when you play those games online, you see the other person's screen the entire time
Hmm.
on the split screen between the two of you,
Yep.
which was always a big thing. I was going to say like Castle Crashers. I don't know if that's still a timely thing. I mean, it's always on sale on Steam. I'd hope that the people that have never played it before are picking it up to enjoy the co-op game that is that. Um, I see a lot of, I wouldn't call it like streamer slop. I forget what they call it. They call it like friend slop, which is like the what's the peak game where
Hmm.
they're climbing the mountain with all that stuff. And then there was the
Chained
one where
Together.
they're yeah, all of those where they're trying to get the valuables out of the haunted house or something. Is that a thing?
Yeah, well, we play that online a lot, like
Yeah,
whatever.
but
Lethal
like,
Company.
is it Lethal Company? But is that almost an extension of, well, this is the kind of game that we would have made that would have had four-player split screen back in the day, but now we don't have to worry about that, and people can be wherever they want to be all around their house.
Yeah, I don't know. See, my head went to like games that we play a lot is like Pico Park. If you ever played that,
Oh, Pico Park, yeah.
like
Hmm.
Pico Park, and then like you said, like stuff like Gang Beasts and Party Animals. And then I think of like, I mean, you can like not say these are kind of like video games, but like the Jackbox games. Like
Yep.
whenever my parents are in town, we always play those and have a really fun time. So maybe like those are some ones that come to mind for in terms of like
That's another
modern
hybrid,
day.
honestly, the
Yeah.
Jackbox games, because you can play them couch co-op where everybody's on their phones on the same couch, and they also
Yep.
be played online. We at one point in time, so back in the day when Xbox had Mixer
Mm-hmm.
for streaming, there was next to no latency on that streaming. It was almost instantaneous.
Hmm.
So what I would do is I would fire up Jackbox on Mixer and then have my niece and her husband in North Dakota dial in and watch that stream, and we would play alongside them, even though they were on their couch halfway across the country and we were on ours. So it was
Yeah.
two couch co-op.
Yeah, and
Uh,
yeah, that's. I mean, it's a good question. I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff like you were saying, like a lot of games now have the couch co-op feel, but they have online accessibility, which is like it's cool, right?
Well,
Like
it's
it's
bananas for any game. I think Duke and I got into it one time about how can you launch a game in this day and age that doesn't have online co-op? I'm
yeah,
trying to rack my brain for what game it was that he was so upset about at the time. Might have been like one of the Contra Anniversary Collection re-releases or something that came out,
yeah,
and he couldn't believe that within that they didn't bake in online to it. Because even on Nintendo Switch Online, there is an online component that they've added to the GameCube games, I believe, right? It's
yeah. I
like you can
think
play
so.
F-Zero GX online, and Soul Calibur you can play online now as well. Soul Calibur 2, excuse me.
Yeah,
So it's just you have to modernize these things these days to make it work. I'm
yeah.
gonna think of the game that Duke was
Super mad
full of
about.
rage that we could not play together because we couldn't be on a couch.
Yeah. So, I do want to hit on like online gaming and the pros. Like, I'm super grateful for online gaming. Like, I am an active participant nightly for the like basically because of that. But I also like I always shout out Fortnite. I know people love or hate it, whatever. But I think that was a very pivotal point. Like, it made a huge con of online gaming uh, now not an issue anymore. And it was, well, do my friends have an Xbox or do they have a PlayStation? And if I want to play online games with them, I have to buy the same system my friends have, and then we can play online together. And so there was no cross platforming at all. And so it's funny because like Elden Ring came out, Night Rain, and I was mad because it doesn't have cross platforming. Like we've almost become like, well, everything just has cross platform. But like
FromSoft don't play that way. Come on now.
very recently, within the last 5 to 6 years, like cross-platforming was not a thing. Like it was not possible. Like there was maybe like one or like you could cross-platform between like PC and Xbox on a very select few games. But because of Fortnite breaking the boundaries, like now you could play with phone people and any system switches and everything. Now, like, I think that is probably, in my opinion, one of the top three biggest pluses of online gaming is that the day that we live in now, it doesn't matter. Like, I play Rocket League and Fortnite with a bunch of guys that live here and around this area, and I'm the only one that's playing on PC. All the rest of them are playing on Xbox, PS5, PS4, and it's just like we can all just play the same game together, which is crazy, right? Because I very, and games like they're still console exclusives, but a lot of games are now launching on like everything, and then you can play it on everything. I know the 2K and Madden just recently, within this last generation of game, added cross-platform between like specific like Xbox and PlayStation can be cross-platform now with the previous generation because on 2K22 we all bought it all of us had a Switch, and so we suffered miserably by playing online on the Switch at like 15 frames and on Wi-Fi, trying to play a game that has precise timing windows to shoot a basketball. But we all had to suffer together in 2022 because it wasn't cross-platform. But now it is, at least on like there's a new gen and an old gen version of the game, and they're compatible with their respective new gen counterparts and old. And so I think that's super important for online gaming, and I think it's a huge pro for sure.
I have one last couch co-op-y thing to talk about, and then I think we could put a pin in it and close it down. But
Okay.
I just recalled that one of the earliest games that I played together with my wife was Skylanders. I think it was Skylanders Swap Force. And Skylanders does an interesting thing where the co-op, like you're, exploring a little 3D space, but your person that you're playing with can never run off too far. Like you always have to be on the same screen together. So kind of reined everything in. She wasn't able to get too far away. Some of the other Lego games have that, but as the games went further and further on, they just moved into split screen. And sometimes it was miserable dynamic split screen where like the there'd be like a diagonal line across the middle that was dividing the two halves of the screen. We needed to go and find a setting to just make it straight up, either vertical or horizontal. We can't have any of that commotion.
Yeah.
Were you a screen peeker, Meg? Got to look at everybody else's screen.
I
Got to take
was
that information in. It's important.
I was not. Like I was not a really on Mario Kart sometimes see if people have like different items, but like not
Did
really.
the earlier Mario Kart games not have the notices of incoming danger that we now take for granted?
Yes.
Were there
Mario
just like audio cues or
64 had audio cues. That was it. Like you'd hear
yeah, you knew when the red shell was coming at you? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Double Dash on you'd get maybe Double Dash on? I don't remember. Maybe not in Double
So
Dash.
it's classic
I don't think in
gamer
Double
disclaimer,
Dash.
us not doing the research.
I don't think Double Dash had them. I think the Wii was the one where they started with the warnings. But you would just always have a banana behind you if you had it. In Double Dash. Great game. Love it. I just couch co-op backtracking. Yeah, we had at the brew we had a Smash Bros Olympics when we played 64, Melee, and Brawl. And Wade and I were partnered up for the Melee tournament. And did we win Melee or did we get second? We got second.
So
We
in
lost
that
to a Zelda and somebody else, I remember.
we've told this story before. So we also did not. You and I were only partnered up for Melee, and I had different. We both had different partners for Smash and different partners for Brawl, and somebody can call me out if I'm wrong on this, but I'm fairly certain that my team placed second
In
in
everything.
every single one of the games. So
Yep.
always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So
Yeah.
you and I took second in that
I
melee.
remember, and we lost to a Zelda and somebody else, and we were on Kirby's Fountain of Dreams. I remember it.
That
Core
banned in
memory.
competitive play, I believe, not
Core
allowed. So
memories. So, um, do you want to add any cons or more pros to online gaming?
I'm keeping it positive, babe. I just am happy with all of these things. So like we did get a chance to briefly discuss like the torchbearers of couch co-op in the, online co-op space. Any of those beat 'em ups that have come out, like we already talked about, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge and the Scott Pilgrim game when that comes out. I can only assume we'll have online co-op as well.
Rita's
Um,
Rewind,
yeah, Reader's
Streets of Rage
Rewind.
4.
The anything that's being put out by, I'm blanking on their name right now. It's the Split Fiction and A Way Out and It Takes Two devs. Why can't I think of their name? It's not important. Don't need
Isn't
to
it
know.
called like Take Two or something? I don't remember. That one producer.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, Joseph Ferris. I know the name of the guy.
The Split Fiction, It Takes Two, and what's the
Mhm.
other one?
A Way Out.
A Way Out game producer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think couch co-op lives on through those experiences, but
Oh my gosh, Meg, will you play that new Lego game with me? Do you know about that one?
I
Where
don't.
you're not even like a minifig, you're like a just like a stud, just like real life, just a stud.
Ayo, I've never heard. I don't know what you're talking about.
Check it out after the show.
Okay. Great. Well, we've had a lot of long episodes, so maybe we just cut it. Unless you have more you want
Yeah.
to talk about.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I have enough to talk about that has any kind of a structure behind it. We didn't mention how with couch co-op, um, somebody was going to get stuck with the third party controller.
Yep.
Not so in your gathering of controllers for your NBA hang time, are they all original Nintendo
I
hardware? Or
we
do you
have
got some third parties running
we
around in
have
there?
3 regulars and a third party, and one third party that does not work. So I have 4 working controllers. The yellow one is the third party, but the other 3 are authentic.
I see.
Yes, but I'm trying to track down another N64 and 4 controllers, but none of my friends have that, and I don't really want to spend the money to get it because they're like
There was one point in time where myself and two friends were going to get together to play Mario Striker Charged on the Wii,
Yep.
and it wasn't until we sat down to play that I realized 3 Wii remotes and only 2 nunchucks.
Mm,
So then I had to run to the store and go out and buy another nunchuck right quick. I don't know. It was a
yeah,
giant oversight that I was missing a third nunchuck.
yeah. I'm hopeful we can make it work, but we'll see. I mean, I have a working system, but I have 2 copies of the game, so that's why we could run 2 TVs. But I need the equipment, and I don't. I mean, they're like $90 for a system and a controller, and then you have to buy like 3 more controllers, which are about 20 to 25 each. So it's like $200, and I'm like, dang, that's a lot. But
I don't even want to bring this up because you'll be so sore about it. But if I was local, I could supply a console with
I
4 controllers.
know, of course. Well, just fly on down, make it work. Cool. So before we do our games, let's do your active demo of Achievement of the Week.
Oh, okay. You're really mixing up the structure here. So
Yep.
let me share the screen,
Okay.
and I believe I'm showing you the goods here, right?
Yep, we're full screen on what you have going on here. A bloody
Excellent.
crossy highway.
Yeah, so this is gonna get us a mature rating on this episode. We're gonna get
Uh-oh.
age restricted, I'm sure.
Yikes.
Because so this is in Retro Classics, which is with Xbox Game Pass, and you can play a lot of old Atari games that were published by Activision because Microsoft bought Activision. I don't believe that this game was ever actually released. From my understanding, like there's no cartridge of this game, but it was a game that they had made, so I guess they put it on here. And they have a weekly tournament within this. It's always a different one of these games, and I have been playing in this tournament trying to post the highest score that I could possibly imagine here in terrible Frogger, where you can't move left or right. You can only move up and down to try and cross the street as many times as possible. And there is a score in the upper right-hand corner. And Mag, you can tell me to turn this off if you want me to, or we can do this for the next 2 minutes if this is riveting entertainment to be watching all of this.
I'm enthralled.
You're enthralled. So a
Yes.
couple episodes ago, we had our episode about our old games actually good, and I could not believe how this competition kind of sunk its claws into me for me being really interested in trying to post the highest score that I was able to do. Like this almost felt like my speedrunner's journey to trying to post the best possible score that I could come up with in this game. Because there's certain like patterns that you can start to notice if you play this game enough. I'm playing poorly just because normally I kick everybody out of the room and shut the door while I'm playing because I need to focus.
It's locked in.
But yeah, I'm not locked in right now. I'm unfortunately, but so you can see in the top right there's a timer that's counting down. I believe there was like 90 seconds in total, or 100 seconds, I think it was in total. And if you make it across the road unscathed, you get 10 points. If you get hit by one car in your journey across the road, you score 9 points. And then I believe if you take 2 hits, it's 6. And if you take 3 hits, it's, I don't know anything below 2 because you're not going to be posting a very good if you are more than 2 hits to cross the road in the time that is available for you to try and cross the road. But it's super fun because you just have to like, you kind of get a feel for the moments where it's you just got a full send where you just got to go. It's like, I can get in front of this, we can cross the street, we can do it right now. So the score that I just posted off of this was 241, and earlier today I got a score of 318. This guy who has a score of 320, if we can get this to load up over here. Dun. He's been talking on the forums over here. We'll give a shout out to old Rusted Ace 2013.
Nice.
We think that this might be statistically the perfect score that you could possibly hope to get because you can only cross the road in 100 seconds about 32 times. So presumably he went across the road 32 times and was never touched by anything and scored 10 points every step along the way. So as you can see, I posted this score 2 hours ago, and this tournament ends in 13 hours. And God willing, if nothing bad happens, I will be able to unlock this achievement for ranking 50th or higher in a completed tournament, so long as in 13 hours, 47 people haven't gotten a higher score than 318. So like, as long as 49 people don't put up 320s and 319s in that amount of time, I should be okay.
So why are you tied? Like, why isn't it you? Why aren't you tied with
Oh,
this
it's
guy?
stupid. So initially I thought it was whoever got it first.
It must be the time thing on the side there.
Yeah, it's whoever did it faster, but how can you do it faster when it's a timed thing? I am anticipating, and we will see. So on my lovely website, trueachievements.com, that I really like a whole lot, I am very excited to see if somebody has the worst day ever if they end up in 51st simply because they got the same score as somebody else, but they got pushed out of the top 50 because of the nonsensical reason that one of these 304s is higher than a different 304 because they're down to the millisecond on it. And they're like, oh, I put the score up faster. It's like, well, did you really? Like, the timer just ended. I don't understand. It's so weird.
Well, you're top 3. You're a medalist.
And I might get some currency to be able to buy more of these excellent emblems with if the people that are in the top 3 get a prize pool. Apparently, it's like gambling, but not really.
There you go.
Look at this, some weird
Tournament
little sheep
Tournament
creature.
Hero is the name of the achievement, right?
Tournament hero
Boom.
for ranking 50th or higher in a completed tournament.
Well, we are
I
looking
will.
forward to the update on that.
I would have been. I was explaining to the wife how if after all of this effort, because I did not have that score of 318 earlier this week. I
It's
just
2
got
hours
it
ago.
today.
I saw that.
I had a score of somewhere around like 304 for most of the week. And then as today, well, as like yesterday and today went on, I saw myself getting pushed lower and lower. And I'm like, I can't get pushed out of the top 50. I have to post a score that I know is going to stand the test of time through the
318.
great story.
There it
I
is.
mean, unless you try your best to convince me to play games with you after this, I'm probably going to try and push it to that 320 tonight before the thing is over, because I think I can do it. I really do.
The greed. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's hop into our game doll. Boom, 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 boom. Whoops. There we go. All right. Easy. We got an easy one today for Classic.
How do you know that? Did it
Just
say it was
It
easy?
just says easy. See?
Oh,
Easy.
okay. Easy. And I'll get it in one. Give me some zoom over the unpixelated thing
This
again.
is an NES game or an Atari game.
Yeah.
It has to be.
So there's a rocket on there. It definitely has the shape of NES box. I will let you guess because I do not know exactly what it is.
Is this
And I don't know what would have a rocket like that.
Is this like Galaga?
Go for it. Oh.
It is an
Okay.
arcade game and a shooter. Xbox
What's on the
360 and arcade.
So it's one that was released on the 360. So there's like a triangle on here. More of this. If it's on the 360, it makes me wonder if it's like a rare game that got pushed on there.
It's gonna be like a twin stick shooter.
Sure.
Or like
but it's not the right series, so it's definitely not Galaga or Galaxia or whatever you want to call it. And it was an arcade game. Do you want to try? I don't think this is what the box art looks like. Do you want to try Cobra Triangle?
Sure. I don't even know what that is.
Well, it wasn't this.
Who is this guy? It kind of looks
so
like...
this, I think I know what it is now. If you don't have a guess, I will let you know.
Is it a Star Wars game?
Nope, it's not a Star Wars game.
All right.
Hover over the guy again. I will guess that it is 1942.
1942.
Oh, what the what?
Commodore.
What is this game?
So it's a game that's on all the old systems and has been re-released.
Commodore. No, doesn't that tell us what 1942 was on?
Yeah, but it has what's in common with it. It's a shooter. It's an arcade game. It's Commodore Arcade. Is this like
the wrong series or franchise? So it's
like
definitely not
Missile
1943.
Command? Is that a game?
Yeah, that's a game, but
hey, let's go.
So this is like an Atari game. I've never seen the box art for Missile Command. And look at the gameplay of Missile Command. Doesn't that just match everything that you can see on that box art? Whoa!
Whoa. All right, enough of that.
Well, you did it.
All right.
Great job.
Sweet.
Missile Command was a trackball game. I don't know if you ever played many trackball games in the arcade. Like Golden Tee. That's how you would play Missile Command. All right, so that's a demon.
Demon.
This is the artwork.
This is artwork.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's some kind of demon game.
Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
That's as good a guess as any.
Boom. It is Adventure, PC, and PS3.
Is it a Diablo 3?
I don't think Diablo 3 was on the PS3.
Sure was. More demons.
This reminds me of like Like a Boulder's Gate. How do you spell Boulder?
Balder.
Balder.
That wasn't PS3. That was PS2.
So we have role playing, hack slash beat 'em up, adventure is on PC, Xbox. Is this a Dynasty Warriors game?
I don't think so. Never known demons to be in there. The fact that it was on console also just is unusual to me. I don't have anything for you. You can either throw something in there or do a skip.
Dark Souls 1.
I like how it just keeps showing us more and more of these stacks of demons for all of this stuff. Give me Overlord.
Whoa,
Heyo!
nice. Overlord.
Never played it, but apparently they showed me enough. They uncovered enough pictures of these demons where I'm like, oh, maybe it's Overlord.
There you go. Nice. So it's 1-1 at the moment.
Character. How many? What's the average number of guesses? It's
4.
okay. So do you have a guess? I'm gonna posit some stuff. If
Is
you don't
this a
have guess.
character from like the game ARMS?
I don't think because if it was, I don't know why it would be animated in this way.
Yeah. What's your guess?
So I think that it is either a character from Hi-Fi Rush, or I would like to guess if this person is actually in there. Type in Tronbon. Go back to just TRO. I do not see any Tronbon in here, fortunately. So give me, I believe in Hi-Fi Rush, her name is Peppermint. Come on, baby.
Wow.
Yes. Crushed it in one.
That's impressive.
Leg.
Dude,
Done
let's
and
go.
done.
Nice. All right.
In Hi-Fi Rush, your name is Chai, which is a kind of tea.
Yep.
And then this is Peppermint, which is also a type of tea. And I think some of the other characters are also.
That's a game that I need to play. I've never played it.
It's like DDR for your fingers. Rhythm action.
All right. Drugs, police, bribery. Is this a Grand Theft Auto?
The first stab at it if you would like.
I feel like.
Which Grand Theft Auto are you going to go with?
There wasn't drugs in the first one.
Go with 3 or 5. It'll tell you if it's the right series, right?
It is a shooter
Wrong
simulator.
saga.
PC. Vehicles, fugitives, passports.
Drugs, police, bribery, vehicles, fugitives, passports. It's not Papers, Please, right? That's a weird immigration game.
Checkpoint, patrolling, interrogation.
Again, we do not have the breadth and width of knowledge for these PC games that we've never heard of before on Steam. Right?
Yeah. Is it
so it's just
what's that new game that just came out? Where you like deal the drugs? Something one, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's like a game where you like it's like a game where you like sell like you grow weed and sell it. What's it called? I am gonna have to look it up. Is that cheating?
Is that allowed? You can't get any points for it, but you can look it up.
I know. New game about selling drugs. Schedule 1.
Schedule 1. Could be if everybody got it after 3 guesses.
It's not. Body search, daily quota, night shift? What? I have no clue. Do you have any guesses?
A simulation PC game? No, these are a dime a dozen on Steam. And
Sniffer dog, cargo, manifest, illegal weapons.
It's gonna have a name that we've never heard of before in our lives because it's
hidden
just
compartments, radio communication, document inspection.
Yeah, what's this guy doing here? Who knows? Like, I get what kind of game it is. I just
Contraband
contraband
police.
police. No, sir. No cross.
So you beat me
Let us
today,
see.
2-1. I got Missile Command, and you got Overlord and Peppermint.
I think that my getting Overlord and Peppermint were just as much shots in the dark as you getting Missile Command. So we were all shooting from the hip.
Wow, we'll take it. All right, let's do this, and then we can get out of here. So
I
this
know this
is
one. I've played this game a whole lot.
it
Yep,
San
you got it.
Andreas?
No, it's Vice City, man. Look at those palm trees.
I don't know. Look at
Hold on.
this. San
2004?
Andreas. Vice
I
City would
hate
be
it.
the same.
Well, look at the different pictures. Yeah, there you go. There's the train. Big smoke.
San
It's San
Andreas?
Andreas. I was operating off of half information. That's why I thought it was Vice City. I wanted it to be Vice City. I was trying to will it. That's too many words.
Is what
Too many words in that game.
what in the
Can't do it.
world is this?
All right, so now we're just playing Wheel of Fortune over here. Picture yourself. It's 1999, and this is a
I
game that
Is this like those of Might and Magic, something stupid? I don't know. All right, let's do this one. This is just Gears, right? Gears of War. Obviously, this is Duck Hunt.
does it drive you a little crazy when people call it Duck Hunter? Is that a Mandela effect?
Nah. Do you know this one?
Yeah, it's Okami.
Okami.
I need to play Okami, but
Do you know this one?
unfortunately, I think that I need it's Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, Okami is on the back burner because I think that I need to play The Witcher 3 first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know this one?
2018 some simulation city building game. So is this like uh I have no Surviving Mars is what I've decided to call this game.
Dude, let's go. That's right.
Oh, you didn't know it? I thought you were messing with
No,
me.
no, no, no. I had no clue. 2020? What is this?
I have never played this game before, but I know that it is Factorio.
Factorio?
Yeah.
Dude, let's go. You're clutching us out for us right now.
Well, I still don't know the one at 12 o'clock, so. You know this one, right?
Is this Final Fantasy?
This, you got the number? You know the number?
I'm gonna guess 6.
It's Tenor. There he is. There's Titus.
Boom. All right, so this one we have no clue.
I don't even, like I said, we're just playing Wheel of Fortune at this point. What are you? There's too many words. So if we go Heroes of Might and Magic.
This is it. Boom. Heroes 3.
Did you say that, or did that come up with it all?
I said of Might and Magic. I didn't say Heroes.
Ah.
Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the restoration of Erythea.
If you remember from a lifetime ago,
Boom,
we talked
baby.
about I don't know if they were like hidden gem games or something
Yeah.
like that. And one that I mentioned was in the Heroes of Might and Magic series, but not at all that kind of game. It was just like in the universe. And if you remember, I told you about it. It's kind of like Bejeweled. It was like a match 3 kind of game. Like,
Yep.
with
Dude,
the
we got
units
it.
when you push them down. We did it all.
All right. We're
We still doing Song of the Week?
not this week.
Okay, very well.
We're gonna
Well,
send us
thanks
out.
so much for tuning in to this episode of Gamer Disclaimer with Meg and Wade. This was a fun one. Nice to go out on wins all around with all that. Had good discussion with Meg about co-op stuff. I'm gonna get my stupid achievement tonight. Meg is gonna have an excellent NBA Hang Time tournament this weekend.
Yep.
So he'll have wonderful stories to report on that. We're going to
Trying
do
to win.
our video game redraft tomorrow night. So maybe I don't think that we are going to talk about that as far as a whole show dedicated to it until probably the end of the year after everything that has come out for the year that people have drafted. Then we can kind of that.
Yep.
Because I'd imagine that new releases probably dry up around Thanksgiving. There isn't many games that are released in December.
Not a lot.
So we'll talk about that. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, listening, checking things out. And until next time, have a marvelous day.